What's happening? What's happening?
Hello, we're back at it again.
So you have reached the marriage cave where we talk about current events
Entertainment.
and relationships. So, all right, here we go. Let's first, we got us a little wine. We're going to take a toast.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Okay, so the Squid Games, like, what the hell was that? I mean, first of all, oh boy could have took his money, and there was so many better things he could do with his money.
If you want to save the world, you create a school, non-profit.
By the way, spoiler alerts. A lot of the times, like when these shows are like on their way out, that's when they come up with all the bullshit. Because after a while, it got like it started making my stomach turn. Like
Yeah, it was too. They were going far and far-fetched and to extreme levels. That's like, come on. Now we know this ain't that. I don't know that practical for real life.
I don't think the world is really that bad. But after you see people get shot and killed right in front of your face, do you think they're gonna just keep voting for to stay in the game? And by the way, this time they gave them a vote whether or not they want to stay in the game. Just
After each game.
after each game. And
Now that was different. I'm like, most people is like after a certain point, probably after second, third, most people are like, we got enough. They was even let them take the money they was able to get. They didn't do that in the other seasons. So they changed it up. I'm like, that was different. Like, well, we're done.
yeah, I mean the whole thing was just nuts. So after they kept voting themselves in, like, dude, what was your favorite? What was like your favorite game? By the
I
way?
was the tagging game.
Oh yeah, I
When
go
they had to do
that
the tag, they had to chase
that
them.
was kind of
It
fun.
was like, oh, serial killer. They're like, I'd rather been a tagger than anything. As a guy, I'm like, you know what?
What would you have been? Like, y'all put in the comments.
Y'all in
What
the comments,
would
which
you,
I
what would
would've
you be?
done.
Like the tagger or the not tag, like
Yeah.
the get stabbed ones,
And tell us your favorite game. You was like, 'cause the second best for me was the jump rope. That was intense. I'm
Yeah,
like, ooh,
that was
snap.
that was a
good
fun one too.
Yeah, that was fun.
They take these childhood games and just take them straight to hell. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Turn them
entertaining.
to torture devices.
I'm not gonna lie, it's
But
fun.
it's entertaining.
Yeah, it was
But
fun. Sprinkled with a lot of bullshit. Like,
Yeah,
they had the mother killing the son.
yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, are you really, you know what I mean?
First
She
of all,
really
brother
killed
said
the
in the
son.
game, is she gonna go that far? Now, granted, he was a coward. We could put. You gonna go in the
Yeah.
characterization of this going for the show? Yeah, he told he was a bad character in the extreme sense of being the worst of a man of cowardice. And I guess she would want to kill that.
Yeah, because he couldn't kill nobody else except a helpless woman and child.
Yeah.
So that would make him a coward. And so I guess
Yeah.
she was like, all right, I raised the bitch. Let's just kill
Yeah,
him.
let me just get rid of you. I was like, oh, I failed. Let me
Yeah,
just eliminate him.
Then she kills herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, okay, a mother killing a son, an elderly woman killing herself. And I mean, the worst possible thing that could possibly happen in the show happened, which was, a woman giving birth in the middle of this
In the middle of the
bullshit.
game
Like,
to a baby,
in the
a
middle of the
newborn
game
baby.
when people are after them with knives.
Yeah, and then the baby has to take her place. I'm like, y'all go into the worst scenarios and the worst people that want to kill a baby. That's like the worst human issue right there.
You skipped the part where she like freaking jumped into the pit of death. She's like, Geronimo. Like, she didn't really say
then
that.
She kills
but
herself.
yeah, she kills herself, and her baby daddy is like, she's like, what are you gonna do, carry me? And I was yelling at the screen. I'm like, yes, carry her. Because I was thinking like he didn't really have to carry her. I was thinking something like this. Let me show you. Like, all right, I got this baby in my hand, but I get behind him and hold on to his shoulders, like around his shoulders with both hands, and hop on one foot. I feel like they could have tried that, and I think that would have been pretty effective. He didn't really have to carry all of her weight.
He didn't want to try anything like that because he didn't want to risk himself not winning and just put bad character. Because there's probably a couple of things he could have done. Because the other guy's gonna go back and it's like, you probably could have done some stuff. She wasn't that big of a girl. He just couldn't take the risk.
Right. Well, he in his mind he couldn't.
He couldn't.
Because that was just messed up. Like I really wanted more people to shine and have a heart than just than just the main character.
Yeah, they did show that they wanted that more people were just diabolical than that. And I think there's enough. I don't think that's that many that go that far. But there are enough diabolical people, and they showed that a lot.
And then the baby daddy was like, "Oh, I'll kill him. I'll kill the baby. I'll kill him." And I'm sitting here like,
epitome, made him the epitome of evil. I'm gonna kill a baby.
yeah, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they gave him their little last supper, as I call it. And they gave the baby the warm bottle of milk. I'm like, these people are running out of content, bro.
But at a certain point on those shows, eventually, like, all right, we gotta stop this because we can't go no further.
Yeah, how much further than you could possibly go? I mean, we're sitting here holding a baby. Like, what kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a whole family. They had a whole family, and the whole family died in the games. Like, you know, the mom was pregnant. She gave birth there. She died. Well, the baby, of course, the baby won.
The baby just lost both their parents in one time in the same place.
Well, the baby's rich now, so fuck the parents, I guess.
Money cures it all. That's just themes of the show. And getting into that, like, themes of, you know, poverty, people leading to debt, leading to extreme craziness with people. Right. I mean, if they want to go into that, like, you know, sociology perspective of it, what they're trying to show, I could say, you can agree, but...
People, you gotta have a heart. I mean, money ain't everything.
Yeah, you gotta realize that. I'm not saying
you want to be a broke, like, you know, person, but it ain't to the point where you have to kill yourself. I mean...
Or kill others.
Netflix, I mean, but I noticed Netflix does that because Black Mirror, which is one of our other favorite shows,
Black Mirror.
I think it was the first episode.
It was the very first episode of last season.
And spoiler for that, if you hadn't seen it, because I'm about to say what happened in that. Basically, they couldn't afford things, and so they killed themselves at the end. Both of them, husband and wife, just killed themselves. They just keep showing these themes throughout these Netflix shows. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what they're trying to do, but it does look like they're programming people to kind of give up.
To give up if you don't have the money. It's like it's a financial center thing. You know what I mean? You're broke. It's over.
So yeah, in a nutshell, like I think Netflix wants to program everybody to say, hey, you know what? We don't have money. Let's everybody go kill themselves.
Yeah, more or less.
You don't have to be just dirt poor and jump into a giant pit of death like the thing shows, or kill other people with a dagger and all of this, in order to survive. I mean, it's not that serious.
It takes heart, grit, determination. You just maneuver, creativity. You just put your heart, your mind into it, and you can make it work. I mean, we're doing it. It's just
and working together.
And working together.
We work together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teamwork. Yeah.
Make the dream work.
Yeah, it's no, you know, I'm not knocking any woman that says, hey, I'm independent, I can do it on my own. Much love, you know, that's great. But I think that it's strength too that comes with working together and building things together, because it's like, you know, I notice with our children, we have boys and girls, and both need their father. I mean, the girls need their fathers for a different reason than the boys, but they both need their father. It's like it's a family unit, and even our children, they have chores, they help, you know, a lot of times they work with us. I mean, you know, it's I would say, you know, instead of just hanging yourself like in the freaking Netflix show, it's like, you know, let's get together, let's work together.
Let's get together and, you know, put our differences aside and work together in relationships and in people. Because we need each other, you know, and make it work.
And if there is some elite people sitting somewhere drinking blood or whatever the hell they're doing, I will say this: there's more of us than there are of them.
And if we figure that out, when we figure that out, you know how good that'll be. That's what they're scared of. That's why they do stuff like this. They keep it hidden.
They're already scared right now because people are waking up every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just give you one quick scenario. All right, if 2/3 of the population decided, hey, you know what, we're not gonna go to work, the economy would shut down. It would be that easy, that simple. People think that you got to go to war and all of this, but no, you really don't. We just need to convince, you know, even just 30% of the population stayed home from work, things wouldn't function correctly. So it's you know, whenever they had the pandemic, a lot of us was like, hey, we're not getting the pokey dokey, and they backed off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, let the mouth do the say, you know, let our actions do the talking, and it worked out.
So yeah, there's power in numbers. We don't have to be scared. We ain't never fucking scared. We ain't never scared.
You don't have to be scared of systems if you got your numbers. That's the beauty of the world. You know, many people can make a change in whatever they want if you band together. You have to realize that together makes it work.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna do. You gotta,
that's why
you know,
we're starting that off together, and you know, making our family work.
So tell us what you think about Squid Games. Do you think it totally sucked? Oh, and we didn't even talk about, like, all right, so the main guy died for nothing, right? He didn't stop nothing.
I'm gonna get into that. You know, he went through all that just to die at the end and not change anything. He didn't. He didn't change nothing at the end. It's like it's still going on, and this time it's gonna be even better and stronger. The game's like they done fixed everything. It's like, oh, y'all gonna do a revolt? We know what to do with that now.
You know, I heard this told to me in my spirit. The spirit told me, you know, because I'm a woman of faith, and was like sometimes people spend so much time and energy fighting the dark that they forget to build the light.
Yeah.
Okay. So never forget that's real. Never forget to build the light. He could have took that money and he could have started, you know, like a shelter for fatherless boys or you know, for orphans
or some kind of system. If you want to teach people about money, if people had to go into some kind of debt clearing thing or showing people how to clear their debt, if that was the thing, while people were in there, people were in there from their own issues, their own mistakes, a lot of them. Now, it's all right. You got into debt for this and they agreed to it, but you know, that's why a lot of them are in there. It wasn't them, they didn't make them get in there. A lot of them got in it for different things. You know, so you want to fix that and help them. You come with something that can help. Hey, I could do this to clear debt, and you know that'll have been more useful than going there with a guns and shooting up a whole system and getting killed anyway.
And got everybody else killed.
And got everybody else killed because he did get them killed. If you watch the show, you'll see.
He got them killed. And
he got them killed.
And I mean, if he didn't have any idea of how he could build the light, he could have become an angel investor. There's a lot of us that do have ideas that can bless people, a multitude of people. So, I mean, he could have invested if he had the capital, but not maybe the idea. So there's just so many better things he could do. Like like I said, I just think it's programming. They want you to think that you just have to kill each other, kill yourself, and struggle, and that you'll never defeat them and all this bullshit. But that is just simply not true. We work together. We build the light.
Yeah, and there's rich people, and you can't make people do it on their money. I'm looking at, the Tesla guy. That's the amount of money he had. If he would give at least a tenth or whatever a percent, he could change lives. It's just, you know what I mean? Now, I can earn it my way, but it's just that if you got that much, you can make a big difference if your heart wants to. You know what I mean?
If your heart wants to. His heart wanted to. I guess all he wanted was revenge. He didn't actually. You know what I'm saying? There were so many better ways this could have worked, but you know. But that's all I got to say.
Revenge and justice are not the same. So.
I agree. Yeah. That was a good one. Yeah. Revenge and justice are not the same. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. So.
But tell me what y'all think. I mean, let me just sum it up. The whole series, when it started off, took the world by storm. I mean, I thought it was like a wow factor, you know. The third season, when you run out of it's just like Game of Thrones. Y'all get to the end, it's like not so much.
They just run out of shit to say or run out of stuff.
But I enjoyed it. You know, I was entertained from that and to the end. You know, something that comes up. It's creative. I thought it was very creative, so that's my tidbit. I'm just giving positive too. I was really getting positive things versus that. And so let us know what y'all think.
Yeah. I was entertained. It was just it got to be a little bit too dark. I didn't care for seeing a mother kill a son or, you know, people talking about killing a baby. Like that was too much. But anyways, let us know.
Well, this was the Marriage Cave.
And until next time,
we are out. Peace.